Blake is a very smart, outgoing, chatty little guy, and I have a hard time just keeping up with him. He talks a lot, wants to do a lot, is always going, always moving, and taking him to the grocery store is a big challenge. Our problems aren't so different from any other family when we go to the grocery store, except that I have Parkinson's and Blake has cerebral palsy. So when we'd go to the grocery store, Blake would pull things off the shelf, put them into the cart, throw things down on the ground. I'd have to pick them up. That was a little game with him. He would beg. He would rip open bags of cookies. And this made it so tough on me so that by the end of our shopping trip, we were both exhausted. And that's all we had the energy to do for the entire day. So that's when I asked Trudy her advice on how I could make it a positive learning experience for Blake and keep him engaged while I shopped and still get out of there in under 3.5 hours.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Hi, Mr. Blake. How are you? Hi. You ready to go to the grocery store? Yeah. You got your coupons?
He's been briefed.
Okay, let's go. So where do you usually start your shopping?
I usually start in produce. I think that's
One of the things that I find most rewarding about working with families and their children is looking at their daily routines and activities and looking at ways to help them be more successful and participate fully in those. Some of those routines can be quite difficult for families and their children, and for Blake and Yvonne, this was going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
What have we got here? What have we got here? Are these nectarines? Look at these nectarines.
I want one of those nectarines.
Would you eat one of these nectarines?
Yeah.
Look good.
Yummy. I'm coming to your house.
Yummy.
How about this one? Does this one look good? That one look good? Would you eat those? Nice, pretty yellow cherries?
They look delicious.
We'll put them in the back.
There's a good spot for him.
All right.
Yvonne, is this about how Blake sits when he's in the cart?
Typically,
It might help him better use his arms and interact with you more if he's better positioned and he has his hips a little more stable. So we might be able to sit him back. Can you
And
scooch
put the
back
belt
for
on?
me? Yeah, and put that belt on.
that's a good idea.
And
Make
you
him
want
sit up
this-
straighter.
Yeah, you want this to come nice and low. Scooch him back. How's that, Blake?
How's that feel?
Good. Without being at the grocery store with Blake and Yvonne, I wouldn't have been able to identify what needed to be looked at, especially from a positioning standpoint. And using the strap was a simple solution. It was easy, and he was able to use his hands better. That's not something that you can get in seeing a child in a clinical setting. And it helps you use your creativity and figure out solutions in real-life situations.
Now, what are we going to get next? How about bananas?
Yeah.
I really
the
think
bananas?
he's sitting so much straighter now.
Good. I hope that helps for him.
I think it's gonna.
3.
I like the idea of him having something to look at that he could match to the food.
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Might give him something to entertain himself a little bit while you're shopping too, and
Give him something to do.
yeah, be a little more engaged in your shopping trip with you.
Yes.
The coupon idea was Trudy's. She got to know our family's routines and knew that we used coupons on our shopping trips. And she recommended that we put the coupons in a little booklet so Blake could see the pictures and help us pick out the foods. And he would become more involved in the food selections that we make every week. And hopefully this would lead to his better eating.
Hey Blake, let's go find your favorite color of yogurt. Let's go see what we can find. Okay?
You see what's in the picture on the shelf. You tell me.
That.
What kind is that? Peach? Mixed berry?
Mixed berry.
Mixed berries? Okay. Mixed berries? Is that the kind? Would you like to eat that? Would you like to eat that? Does that look like the yogurt on there?
Match.
Does that look like the yogurt?
One of the things that I really enjoy about working with children and their families around their routines and their daily activities is really helping the child be able to participate and not just be along for the ride. As we can help children participate in an activity and support the families in helping them participate, the child learns more, and then they're more apt to participate more, and then it begins to get its own momentum. And that's really our ultimate goal, is that you get benefits far beyond the therapy session.
How many oranges do you want? I see the oranges right over here. Do you see them in your book? There, that's 3. We see watermelon. Look at that good melon. I love those. I love grapes too. I love grapes.
There it is.
That's raspberries. Where's strawberries though? Isn't this strawberries?
Yeah, big strawberry.
Right there. Right
Mommy,
there.
I want big strawberry.
Big strawberries or little strawberries?
Big strawberry.
Okay.
The key is getting to know the family and getting to know their routine each and every day, where they need some creative input and how they could incorporate things into their everyday routines, like going to the store, getting into the car, doing the dishes, doing the gardening. How this will benefit the family each and every day.
Whee! Hang on. Hang on to the rope.